before you start learning one-octave scales, you need to first be able to hold your hand position in a correct way. That is, pretend that you're sitting on a cloud. That's how relaxed your hand should be. Okay, and then once you start playing it, you want to do this motion as you go up. Okay, so this will help your thumb find its next note. So you want to do, see, when I'm doing D and E, I rotate my wrist towards the right. That's the direction of the note. So I rotate the wrist towards the right, and then by doing that, my thumb is brought to the F naturally. Okay, so after finger 1, 2, 3, 1, you're basically on autopilot. You just need to finish all the 5 fingers until you run out of fingers. Okay, so one more time. So when you're playing D and E, you're doing a slight rotation of your wrist, so you can bring your thumb to F easily. And I also like to tell younger students that it's like your thumb is like a train that that is going to cross the tunnel. The tunnel is made by fingers 2 and 3. Okay, so like this motion. And then when you're descending, just tell yourself autopilot until you run out of fingers. Once you run out of fingers, I like to tell younger kids to teleport. So after 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when you're on 1 playing F, I want you to immediately use your finger 3 as if you're waving goodbye to the previous 5 notes. So like waving goodbye, and land on E before you play it. See, my fingers is actually landing on E. I'm touching the key before I play it. Okay? Okay, and same thing with left hand, but it's the exact opposite. You want to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish all the fingers until you run out of it. And then, as I mentioned, with the right hand, you want to wave goodbye to the previous 5 notes and land on A before you play it. And then, when you do descending motion with left hand, you want to do this rotation with your wrist. Okay, so when you're playing B and A, your wrist is helping your thumb to locate its next G. Okay, so I'm going to play a complete scale. Waving goodbye. Rotate. Okay, so whenever you do a turn, there's never a lifting up of your elbow. Never do that. So it's always, your elbow is always traveling horizontally towards the right when you're playing higher on the keyboard. Okay, and then same thing with your left hand. Your elbow is always traveling to the left when you're playing lower on the keyboard. Never do a jerking motion like this, and never lift your elbow up, because that's going to make your arms super tired. Okay, so I'm going to play both hands together. Both hands together, tell yourself one hand is doing autopilot until you run out of fingers. The other hand is doing a train crossing. Okay, so train crossing for right hand when you're doing ascending motion. Train crossing. And then left hand turn to do train crossing. And you can practice by doing this. See if you're able to land on F without having to hesitate yourself. Okay, and once you are able to do that fluently, okay, you can land on A to see if that left hand's finger 3 waving goodbye and landing on A is also a smooth run. Okay, so once they're both okay, then you can keep on going and finish up the 1-octave scale. Okay, same thing with left hand. When you're doing descending motion, see if you can stop on the G and see if the up to this point is smooth. If it is smooth, then go on. I stop on E because that's the place that my finger 3 turn. Okay, so after that, if you're able to play that quite smoothly, then proceed. Okay, so just remember that one hand is doing the tonal crossing, the other hand is doing autopiloting until you're out of fingers. And then I also like to tell younger students that this is like an airplane landing on the next note. Okay, airplane landing on the next note. Okay, so I hope that helps. Thank you for watching.